back with track and field on Cards TV and head coach Ron Mann. I'm Sean Moth. Thanks for joining us. And the team split. The lucky ones in terms of the climate. The throwers and Rachel Garrett headed down to Florida. The rest of the crew went up the road to West Lafayette and Purdue. And you came out of it with a pretty good weekend. The headline that jumped off the website, UofLSports.com, was Khadijah Abdullah and the discus.
Yep.
Not only a personal best, but an eye-popping personal best.
Absolutely, and that's a mark that's going to definitely get her into round one of the NCAA, and that's exactly why you go to those competitions. And the weather conditions were favorable in terms of the wind and all of those kinds of things. That the discus is somewhat limited by the wind that you get, and you want a front wind coming at you to get the lift that you want, and certainly had those conditions, and she had a wonderful performance.
Absolutely, and obviously that's a transition, because as we know, discus is an outdoor sport, and that's just the second weekend she's had an opportunity for that. So I know you and Dale and the staff have to be really excited.
We are, and the entire throws group had a good competition down there, and you know, quite honestly, as you look at the Purdue competition, the wind conditions were not favorable. They were swirling to some extent, and so that was helpful to some of the sprinting events, but not so helpful to the throwing events because of the positioning of the particular throwing arena that they had there at the Mike Payline Invitational.
And at Payline and in Florida, you're basically now at a point where, as you get into the outdoor flow, you're looking to make marks. You're looking to get Big East qualifying marks and NCAA qualifying marks, and I know you were able to notch a few of those over the weekend.
We were, and that's exactly what we had hoped for. The Payline meet was more designed for the athletes getting multiple events in, that they could get qualifying marks in the Big East, and we got that taken care of at Payline, and then certainly the athletes down at Florida did a great job.
You relish the opportunity to bring teams here and host at this gorgeous facility at Cardinal Park, which continues to get better. And as we get into what we can now call the second annual, no longer the inaugural, the second annual Border Battle, it'll be the Texas Roadhouse Border Battle. And for those that maybe didn't see it last year, Kentucky, Indiana, Louisville, and Notre Dame will be here. Now you've got two schools from the same conference, and you've got two schools on each side of the state. The Border Battle works as the Commonwealth against Hoosier Land. Maybe explain it a little better than I just bungled my way through it.
No, you did a great job of basically what we want to do. We always want to be in competition and scored competition particularly, and we want to bring that kind of an environment here to Louisville. And in doing so, by having it Hoosier Land, the two schools from the state of Indiana, against the two schools from the state of Kentucky, the Commonwealth, it's a good, healthy competition sponsored by Roadhouse, the Texas Roadhouse, and they're, at the end of the meet, we'll have a little barbecue with all of the teams, and so it's camaraderie at the same time, good, healthy competition, and a scored meet.
And it's a situation where maybe these teams wouldn't otherwise come to Louisville to compete, but because of the way it's set up, it's a great opportunity. And if you have a house divided, you can go arm in arm to this meet, because Kentucky and Louisville, if you're following this, will be competing against Indiana and Notre Dame. So a lot of excitement. The 4x100 cracks at about 3 o'clock.
Right at 3 o'clock.
Should be great weather this weekend, and this is unique. I mean, this is not something you see across the country, and I think you need to be commended for the idea here.
Well, that's something that we wanted to bring something a little different to Louisville, and I think we've done that. It's a unique opportunity for fans to come out, root for hometown, whether they are Cats or Cards, and it's just a great opportunity to come out and enjoy a great day of outdoor competition with track and field.
We'd love to have you out there at Cardinal Park again, 3 o'clock. This Saturday, and should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And again, we'll throw their name out again. We want to thank Texas Roadhouse for getting in on this border battle. I think 15, 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about one of the great meets in the region, and you and your staff are to be commended for that, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. For Ron Mann, I'm Sean Moth. We will see you at the Texas Roadhouse Border Battle, and then we'll talk about it next week right here on Cards TV.